Oh, it's Mr. McFeely.
I have seen the future, and he was wearing number 5, and I ain't talking about Robbie Grimsley, folks.
Took out the muffins, took out the trail mix, took out the cookies. They stole the monster cookies.
Wow, that's awesome. That is so awesome. Let's do some broadcasting.
We'll do some broadcasting with our guy, Mike McFeely. Joins us each and every Tuesday at 9:35. Good to see you, my man. I have an email waiting for you. You want to tackle this one right off the hop, or you got something for
It's
me?
your show.
Dom, can you ask Mike how he feels about his good friend Curt Signetti leading Indiana to the college football playoff championship
Well,
game?
first of all, I have no problem with Curt Signetti. He's fine.
Sig might have had a problem with us.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't think so. He
was more a problem with the FCS playoff committee.
Yes,
the last time we saw him in person.
the last time we saw him in person, he was whining about having to come to Fargo for the playoff game, which whatever.
Yeah.
But I have a problem with the guy was fantastic.
You've covered Sig since he was at Elon. You were out there.
Yeah, there was a game that the Forum sent me to because I pitched to him. It's like, well, James Madison is kind of their new rival and the playoff rival, and so I went out to. I think I flew to Philadelphia to cover an Eagles game or something.
Way back when,
and then drove up to...
Or other way around. I think you went to Harrisonburg, then to Philly. I can't remember.
Maybe.
Yes,
I did. Yeah, because I was driving through D.C. at like 1 o'clock in the morning or something, which was fine. But, so anyway, so I went to Harrisonburg. The game that I happened to be at... was Elon was playing James Madison. James Madison hadn't lost at home for like 33 straight games. This was in the midst of their glory run. I think it was 2018 that I was there. And Elon, which had been terrible forever in the CAA, beat James Madison that day in front of like 25,000 people on just a beautiful day in Virginia in whatever, September, October, whatever it was. And so Signetti after the game, I was, asking him questions. I had no idea who he was. He had no idea who I was. He still doesn't. But he was as terse.
Yeah.
And I said, so like biggest win ever in Elon history? I don't know. That's for you guys to decide. Oh, okay. And so then it progressed there. We talked to him in Frisco. I actually talked to him before that because his dad, Curt Signetti's dad, was Frank Signetti. And for us old timers, Frank Signetti used to coach Indiana, Pennsylvania, a Division II school that used to be a playoff rival of North Dakota State for a couple of years, like 88, 90, 91, that era. And NDSU beat Indiana, PA, like 51-10 or something in the Division II National Championship in 1990.
Yeah.
And so Curt Signetti was at that game. And so I got a hold of Signetti on the phone prior to that's when there used to be 3 weeks between the semis and the championship game.
Yep.
And so I talked with Signetti on the phone. He was great. He was really good in that setting where he was talking about history and his dad and memories. So then I saw him in Frisco like 2 weeks later
for the game.
And said, hey. And it was just like Stonewall. Like he was just like
game face.
It's like I'm going. I talked to you from. It's like He just goes I go okay. Just on the field at Toyota. I'm just okay. That's all right.
What was he upset about that game, the national championship game? Obviously, I mean James Madison.
I don't remember him being upset about anything after that game. I remember him.
I don't know if it was the fake punt or something, the fake field goal. I don't know. Remember
what I remember about that game? That was the fake. That was the 19 team.
Yes,
so that was the Trey Lance run first of all, and then the fake field goal from James Hendricks that went for the touchdown. And Signetti after the game was mad about his special teams.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
And I'm kind of going, well, but I thought, well, but you said in the press conference, like if this guy's on the field, it's going to be a fake. Yeah. And they didn't recognize that. And I'm going, well, isn't that part of your job too as the head coach to recognize that? What was Hendricks' number, 19 or something? Six.
Yep.
Like, okay, so nobody like noticed it. And then, but he came out and said, we said if 6 is on the field for a field goal or extra point, it's going to be a fake.
Yep.
And so he just threw the kids under the bus and didn't take any responsibility. He did say when we asked him about Trey Lance, he just said he's just a cut above. Just a cut above. I mean, to make that play, he's pretty good.
And then we saw him in Fargo the following year for the semifinal game. He was upset that James Madison wasn't seated second that year, so the game would have been at Harrisonburg and not in Fargo. That was
correct. And he was mad about having to go to Sam Houston
the year prior.
The spring season.
That's right. Yep. Which they lost that game too.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, but they were ahead in that game. They were ahead.
They were killing Sam Houston in that game,
and they
lost
blew it. Yep.
So what do we make of his team now? Because they curb stomped Oregon.
I think
Alabama before that.
To me, it shows that the transfer portal era and the NIL era has sort of given schools an opportunity that historically would have never had an opportunity, because Indiana for
you follow the Big Ten
100 years was like they were terrible. Like the only thing keeping Indiana for decades from being the worst team in the Big Ten back in when it was still 10 teams was Northwestern was so bad that was keeping Indiana as the 9th best team in the Big Ten when there was 10 teams. And that was, you can't change that overnight like he did in Indiana. Like that was decades of incompetence and lack of funding and lack of tradition and lack of history. And in 2 years, I mean, if they don't win this game this time, it's going to be a massive upset.
Yeah, correct.
I mean, I think everybody expects them to just absolutely destroy Miami in the championship game. Yep. And for that to happen is like,
right?
Okay, all right. And so that's, and whether you view that as a positive or a negative is how it's a great story.
Yes.
What I find interesting is a lot of the same people who are complaining about the portal and NIL ruining college football, some of these national talking, they're celebrating Indiana. As, what a great story. Well, you can't have it both ways. Nope. It's either a great story or it's the ruination of college football.
Everything is the ruination of college football these days, though, right? Yeah. Everything is out there. Everybody's up. This is going to be the end.
I mean, I think that most of us, and I'll say it, I support kids getting some money and the ability to move. I don't know. I didn't foresee it going as far as it's gone. I'll admit that I was one of the one or two things in my life I've been wrong about. That was one of them. Was I thought there would be some sort of, the kid's going to get $50,000. Well, I did not foresee, stupidly, I didn't foresee Mark Cuban, funding $20 million a year for NIL at Indiana or whatever, Phil Knight funding a gajillion dollars at Oregon.
He's Coy Parrish to go there to Oregon,
And so I didn't foresee that. And frankly, I didn't foresee kids bouncing as much as they have. I thought, okay, there's going to be chances for kids to go. I didn't see it just being an absolute free-for-all where it was wow.
Right. Plus with the extra COVID year thrown in, that was like the perfect mixture of craziness.
Yes.
That was
and so
happen.
So you can't. I don't think you can go, wow, what a great story, Indiana, and then go, well, this sucks. Well, you got to choose one side or the other, guys.
How does it book you one way or the other? The game is not till next month, like Jan 19. That is a long time.
That's too long, right? I mean, why? Because they want to avoid it.
NFL.
Because why, Dom?
Television.
Yay! Thank you very much. The ruination of college football.
There's television as well. Don't forget that in there too.
Television. The ruination of college football, which I think is dumb because you're going to get audiences. They want all the audience.
Correct.
Each entity
Everybody
wants all the audience.
They want as much as they can. Yep.
And so whatever. I mean, I don't care I have no dog in the fight, so I don't care. But
will you be watching at bowling next week for the championship game next Monday?
Depends on the lineup. I got tossed on the lineup.
You get benched last night?
I was busy yesterday doing some real news coverage.
Yes. Yeah.
Beautiful. Lovely. Lovely things going on in our country right now.
So they told you thanks but no thanks last night?
Yes. Yep.
Oh.
Yep. And our new shirts are in.
Oh.
Yeah, like real bowling shirts.
Really?
So when I get mine, my first appearance, I'm wearing my new bowl. I got 2 of them. So I got 2 weeks in a row I can wear my bowling shirt.
Nice. Well, that'll be debuting here then? We can safe to say? All right, we can do that. Yeah. All right, let's break. We come back. Let's chat some hoops. We got a big week coming up here in town. Summit League race underway. Bison have South Dakota State and St. Thomas. Preview that with Mike. We come back after this. All right, wrapping up our first hour. Men's basketball head coach at NDSU, Dave Richmond, will join us just a little bit back here with Mike. So we got some hoops coming up. You love some good mid-major basketball. We got that tomorrow night, Saturday. Summit League race is off and rolling right now.
Two of the better home games for the men, for sure. There's probably going to be 3 home games that people will be largely interested in, and this is 2 of them.
Yeah.
And they're important games for NDSU. You know, you have to protect the home courts, Dom. You have to protect the castle. And so we'll see. NDSU escaped the other night. They didn't play very well in the first half, and they had a heck of a comeback. Markai Strickland rolled his ankle like on the first possession of the game,
early
I think.
In the game, yep.
And then kind of struggled after that a little bit, but they found a way to win the game. Yeah. Any road win is a good win. It doesn't matter. Any road win is a good win. And so they got that one. So we'll see. I read your piece about the Summit what
shoot around?
Summit shoot around.
I was trying some alliteration there.
Yeah, and I don't know. You got them. You and I just
on what?
Oh, I think you have NDSU charging to the NCAA tournament.
We'll go that far yet. I want to see what
read
happens.
That way.
All right. Well, I'll go back. I'll go back and change. I don't know if I feel that way.
But I think I still think St. Thomas is the favorite.
Yes, I agree with that.
And I don't know that.
Jackrabbits are going to be heard from too.
They're 4 games in.
Yeah.
I mean, so let's just kind of slow the roll and pump the brakes and do all those cliche things. On
the women's side, I might feel that way. I'll see what happens.
And I don't, and I don't think that either. I mean, you got to show me.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, show me. It's 4 games in.
Yep.
And so far they've played terrible teams, the women have.
Probably the 4.
The Summit League is so bad on the women's side. So bad.
The bottom of it is horrendous.
Just Omaha.
Yep.
In the women's net rankings, Omaha is like 361 out of 363 teams, and UND isn't much better.
No.
UND got a thrilling win over Omaha, and those 2 teams statistically are among the worst, I think, 20 teams in the country in women's basketball Division I. Just awful, awful.
Now, South Dakota State is not obviously what they were. Clough left for Purdue, and a few of the guys went with Hendo to Drake. They still have a couple of really, really good players, but it's the Jackrabbits and the Bison. I expect tomorrow night will be a really well-played contested game.
You know what you can do when these 2 teams meet, Dom?
Throw the records out?
Yes,
another one?
You can throw the records out. Both these teams put their pants on one leg at a time. And you can just it's going to come down to turners and big shots.
But SDSU's always had like the big guy. They've always had that dude. I don't know if they have that.
No, I don't think there's a. I think there's a young guy,
Damon Wilkinson. They have. Yeah, he was the backup to Clough last year.
And didn't play much. And I mean, Clough was so good that he wasn't much of a factor. I don't think the new kid, Damon Wilkinson. But he's kind of their 6'10" ish, 6'11". Type guy. We'll see what he has.
It's not Moores. Moores isn't an inside presence.
No, but they have some veteran guys. Matthew Moores has been around. This is his, 5th, I think.
Oh gosh, he was a couple years at Wisconsin, and 3 now at South Dakota State.
And they have a couple of those guards from South Dakota, actually, the in-state kids they're real good. They can shoot the ball.
Really good.
So they're fine. Yeah. They're South Dakota State, but we'll see. NDSU, I think. If they're going to charge the NCAA tournament like you have them doing, it'd be nice for them to sweep this week at home.
St. Thomas is, I mean, we know what they have. Tower went and got guys that went to other schools that are Twin Cities kids and got them to come back, and he's recruited well. I mean, now they got a $150 million arena. Right. They got everything rolling right now.
Yeah, they do, and they. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's a good coach, good guy, as best as I can tell. And they have larger goals than the Summit League. Yes. I think that's obvious. I don't think they would even deny that. They might have to on the record.
Yeah, they hadn't hawed it when I asked it.
I think off the record, if you were having a beer with John Tower, he would say, the Summit League is not our last stop.
Stepping stone to something bigger,
which is fine. Good for them.
Right?
As a guy who strongly supports NDSU moving on from FCS, if at all possible, I'm not going to
poo-poo that,
and call them arrogant because that's what their goal is as an institution.
Then go for it.
Then go for it if you can afford it. And how cool would that be as a Minnesota guy that I am to have a second Division I basketball team in the Twin Cities in Minnesota?
Yep.
That's good.
That's really good too.
Yeah.
I mean, they're humming right now. I mentioned on the women's side, so the Bison only have the one game this week in Brookings. They haven't beaten the Jacks in 11 years. And to your point, I said it yesterday on the show, until they do it, we can't take them not seriously. I don't think it's the right one. You can't take them super seriously until they knock them off.
But you can't say
they're
that they're
a contender
until they show that they're a contender. And there's one team.
Yep.
For a while there was two. There was South Dakota was really good.
Yep.
But until North Dakota State shows that they can beat South Dakota State, they're just the second best team in the league.
Right.
Then.
I mean, the Jackrabbits have won 67 now, I think, consecutive regular season games in the league.
Right.
So,
this one's going to be in Brookings.
Right.
And so I would assume there'll be a nice crowd there.
There will be. And they full well know the Bison are coming in, won 13 games in a row, and they're feeling pretty good about themselves.
That's good. It's good that there's actually a level of intrigue to this game. I mean, it took 20-some years in Division I for there to be intrigue for a South Dakota State, North Dakota State game. The last time the game in 2015 was an oddity. That NDSU team was no good that year, was it?
Nope.
I mean, I guess they had Brooke Lamar.
Yep.
She was good. They had some, but they weren't any good.
No, and they were playing down at Shields Arena for that game. I look at it, to me, that game we were at in Sioux Falls for the Summit League Championship a couple years ago, where the Jacks were depleted. They had 7 players, and the Bison had their opportunity with Elle Evans and Heaven Hamling on that team, and they could not hit water if they fell out of a boat that day. That was I thought their best opportunity to knock them off.
But this Bison team is better than that Bison team overall. I mean, Elle Evans was fantastic.
Yep.
Heaven Hamling was great. She was just a tough, gritty, blank you type of player, which I love. Is just this team has more pieces.
Yes,
and they're good. They're a good mid-major women's basketball team.
Being 44 in the net ranking is nothing to sneeze at either.
Right,
the Jacks are 50 right now. That's 2 in the Summit League to be in the top 50 is,
and so it's
pretty good.
Again, I'm not going to go on this rant again, but it'd be nice if there'd be people in Fargo show up for this game.
Yep.
The men's game, and then the women's game, of course, is in Brookings. But this is,
what else do you want?
What else are you doing?
We've been down this road. I know.
My God.
I don't know what the answer is. I'd love to know that. We've answered that question, so let us know. What else are you doing then?
Well, what I keep hearing as well, my kids are in the, Okay, well, that's...
Well, tomorrow's a Wednesday, so Wednesday's activity typically is not as busy.
That would be...
It's normally church night.
Church night or religion night, right, for the kids.
And that's normally done by 7, right?
Yeah.
You can get to the shack and go see the game. That's the hope for.
Should be a good basketball game.
Right.
The men's game should be great.
And the St. Thomas game, I think, goes without saying. There's some high-level athletes to be playing in that
game. And that's a Saturday, so it'll be a little bit different. There'll be a good crowd there, I think. We'll see tomorrow night.
All right.
And the women's game, I just...
Yeah. Do it.
I don't. Everything is fine. Everything is going great. Everything is great in this country right now. I have no complaints. Everything is fine.
Everything's moving along.
We're arresting people inside Chinese restaurants. It's fantastic. Everything is great.
It's good to see you, man. Thanks for coming by.
Indeed.
We'll see you tomorrow night at the Shack, right?
Maybe.
All right. Sounds good. Mike McFeely joins us each and every Tuesday at 9:30. Appreciate him coming by. We'll break. We come back. We'll start hour 2. Dave Richard will join us, Bison men's basketball head coach, to preview the game with the Jackrabbits coming up and review how they won somehow against Omaha. That's coming up when we come back.